Hello everybody. I was tagged again by Jordi Colors for the hashtag my coloring goals for 2024. It was a tag created by Jazzy Doodle Designs. So thank you Jazzy Doodle for making this hashtag. In the past video I was actually quite talking and showing some pages. Now it's actually more a talking hashtag, so I'm going to try to color a whip I am doing in Jewelry Box by Hannah Carlson, because it's a little bit more pleasant for you guys to watch me color than watching my hands flip while I'm explaining. So yeah, I am doing the second page in Jewelry Box, and for the people who are interested, the key I'm doing is, it's my first attempt of doing like a silver color. So these are the colors I am using at this moment. So yeah, if you're interested, here they are. So this is a challenge. I'm going to color and trying to read and explain everything in another language than I am used to. So okay, if it doesn't work, I'm going to do this again, maybe without the talking, and I'm going to do a voiceover, so we'll see. I was already starting a little bit on the key, and I am now working with this 90% cool gray for the shadowing. So it's actually a little bit of touching up what I was starting. Okay, so here we go. The first question is, do you have a strict coloring goal, all goals in 2024, or more a loosey-goosey? Okay, so I'm actually more a loosey-goosey kind of a girl. I mostly just watch Instagram, and I'm seeing which hashtags there are in the month, and then I'm flipping through my books, and then I'm trying to decide which page I'm going to color. If it's not something I want in that month, I just pick some random pages I am drawn to. So the only extra thing I'm going to do this year is going to focus on one page. So I'm switching to the 70% cool gray. So this is actually a new book, Jewelry Box, and it's one book I'm going to focus on for 2024. I have so many books. I am a big Hannah Carlson fan. I'm not going to buy every book she has, because there are so many, and I just started coloring in 2021, yeah, in the beginning during the pandemic. So yeah, I didn't bought her books the moment they came out. So that means that I actually have to buy like 7 books to add to my collection to complete it, and I'm never going to color in all those books. I have no 4 of hers, and I don't know which one to pick. So I decided, okay, I'm doing Hannah Carlson every month. I'm going to focus on this book. Maybe I'm going to do one in another book, but this is the one I'm going to focus on. And I'm going to do this one in order, because it is something stupid, but for me it is, yeah, it's something I struggle with, that is picking a page. So when I'm doing this book in order, the next page I'm going to do is just one I have to work with, and otherwise I'm going to pick the pages I like, and then I'm going to leave the book because there are pages I am too scared to start, or that isn't a hashtag for, or mostly things with fur. I'm going to leave that aside. So I'm just going to do this one in order, and it's always a surprise each month what I am going to do. So yeah, and that's my first strict coloring goal I'm going to do. And what I'm also I'm trying to do in 2024 is to color in the evening instead of watching TV or doing it together. So in the summertime it isn't a problem, but in wintertime I really have the bad habit to put on my PJs and sit in the sofa and just put on the TV. Because it is very dark very soon. I'm tired by the end of the day. I work like 10 hours a day, so not 8. I have a son of 1 year and a half who is always asking a lot of energy from myself. And when he is going to sleep, I'm actually very tired and I don't have the energy to color anymore. But I'm going to try to push myself, even if it is for 30 minutes or 1 hour. I'm going to try to color a little bit for at least 4 days a week. Now I'm actually mostly coloring during office hours when it is slow, but then you don't have the ability to try something new. Then you try to grab to things you know, because yeah, you have to do it while you're working. And I want to try some new things this year. So yeah, I'm going to try to do that. No idea if it is going to work. So yeah, those are my strict goals for 2024. Next question, how many pages do you want to color this year? So in the previous video I made, I counted 127 pages. Doubles are counted as one. So I think I do around 8 pages a month. So I'm going to say if I am doing 6 pages every month, I'm actually quite happy with it. Some pages take me more time than others. Like Carla Magana pages, mostly I finish them in 2 hours. And yeah, Tomislav Tomic pages, I finish them in 1 a month. So it also depends on if I am doing detailed pages or not. Yeah, so 6 is maybe a great amount. It's more than 1 a week. So yeah, we'll see. And if I do 6 pages a month, it is actually worth a completed pages video. So that would be nice. Then I have, what coloring medium would you like to learn or improve this year? Question number 3. I would like to experiment a little bit with oil pastels. I saw some great colorists doing backgrounds with it. It's a quite opaque way to do backgrounds. It's not expensive. Even the bigger brands, it's not that expensive. So I want to try to do that. And also I want to experiment a little bit more with alcohol markers for blending. I'm not great in blending with alcohol markers, but I hope if I get a little bit better at that, I can reduce my pencil work, because I like to do pencil work, but sometimes I just want to do something else. I'm not in the mood to do something detailed, and I just want to put some color on a page, and with alcohol markers it's quite easy. So yeah, that are my 2 things I really want to try to do. Question number 4, what technique would you like to improve? Okay, I would like to base my coloring pages with different media. So now I use a lot of alcohol markers or water-based markers for basing, but I would like to experiment with other media, like chalk pastels. I saw Charles Coloring Journey doing a penguin page with chalk pastels as a base, and it really inspired me to try that one as well. I don't do pencil work in the background, so that's always a mixed media page. Oh, I forgot a little bit here. But yeah, some basing with other media like watercolors, new color tools. I don't know if you can base with all pastels. We will see. But I would like to do that to give my my media a little bit of more purpose than just doing some work in the background. Okay, and a new technique I want to do is a bouquet effect. But not with coloring pencils. I'm never going to do that. It's so time consuming. I don't think it is relaxing. So I saw some artists doing a bouquet effect with other medias. So I want to try to do that a little bit. And I want to color some metals and fur. I always avoid those things. But now I'm doing this book in order. I try to do like a silver metal coloring effect. Fur, yeah, in the Hannah Carlson books you have animals with fur. So mostly I try to avoid those, but yeah. When I'm doing this in order I have to. So I'm going to push myself to do a little bit more fur. Now I'm just coloring it with just shading, but not with hair. So yeah, we will see what we're going to come up with in 2024 for doing animals. Then what spending or collecting goals do you have? Okay, so this year I'm not going to buy a lot of books, I hope, because now I have like, I don't know, 25 books, 25, and I cannot decide which book to pick. It's just too overwhelming for me. If I want to buy a book, it has to be on my wish list for 3 months. If I say after 3 months, okay, I really want that book, it's worth the money, I'm going to buy it. If it's not worth the money, I'm going to remove it from my wish list and not going to buy it. So I actually really want to spend more on materials this year than on books, because I think it is more worth the value than just books. And also I have a really big storage problem. I don't have a small house, but I don't have like a basement or big rooms. We have a big living room, but upstairs the bedrooms are a little bit smaller. So yeah, that's also a problem. When you don't have the space, you don't buy the things, so maybe that's a plus. But I want to spend a little bit more on materials than on books, and I'm not going to buy Amazon paper books anymore unless it is for alcohol markers. Then I don't mind the bad paper, but if I want to do mixed media or coloring pencil work, no, I'm just going to buy some good quality paper books. Okay, I think that's it with this color. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to switch to the 50% cool gray. Next question, 6. What book do you most look forward to working in this year? So yeah, it's this one, Jewelry Box, because I know it is one I'm going to reach for every month. It's also a new book to me, so I bought it in the beginning of January. So that means this book is going to start in the beginning of a year. So I can perfectly count how many pages I did, if it is worth it. I can see my progress when I'm flipping through. I don't have to watch the date. It's just from the beginning until the page I started this year. So that's good. Hannah Carlson is also in my top 10, my top 2 favorite artists I'm gravitating towards each month. So yeah, that's also a plus. I'm going to try to do my best to not ruin a page, but if it is, I'm going to try to fix it. I'm not going to leave it as a whip. Even if I'm just ruining it, I'm going to make it work. Yeah, I'm not going to do a next page until the other one is finished. Okay. This is also the Dutch edition, so the paper is very, very good. So it is very pleasant to work with. Okay. Next question, number 7. What creator goals do you have? Do you do a live, a hashtag or video, body colors, and so on? So I'm actually hoping to do a little bit more of how I do something and explain it in a video. Some people ask me in the comment section to do a video on how I did something in my completed pages video, but I'm not very what's the word in English? I'm not confident enough to explain everything in English. It's better already because I do a lot. I do completed pages videos, but really explaining everything, it's really something else. And I also think that I am not an expert in coloring. I sometimes I just do something, but I have no idea why I am doing something to explain all the technical aspects of it. I just try and error. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I also don't have a separate recording space, so not a table. I just color at the living room table or the kitchen table, and I have to clean up every time I am I stop coloring. So yeah, I have to make sure the house is empty when I record something, because with a kid it is not always that easy, and I work 10 hours a day. So finding the time is actually not that easy, but my schedule switched a little bit for my working hours. So yeah, maybe a couple of videos of 30 minutes is maybe going to be realistic. I don't know, we will see, but making a little bit more videos would be nice. So if people have questions, I can answer it in a video. Okay, so number 8. What new artists will you be adding this year to your... Yeah, I think they mean a new artist for books. So on my wish list there is already for 3 years the book Sagerok Sagner by Emily Liedehal Oberg. And yeah, it was out of print for a long time, and she mentioned a couple of weeks ago she is going to be let the book reprint. So it will be released in the second half of 2024. So that will be my first book of her. I really am looking forward to that one. And I really want to have a book of Linda Ravenscroft. Last year I bought a book of Linda. It was $9.99. And I ordered one book. And then I received an email from the airport, I think, or the customer service, where they sort the package that I had to pay 15.99 euros. I don't know how many dollars that is. It's like the same, I think, that I have to pay that for the book. And I heard that you didn't have to pay taxes for books, but I had to pay like almost 16 euros for it. It was like more than the book itself, so I declined it, and yeah, I sent it back. So it is not easy here in Europe to get a Linda Ravenscroft book because of the Brexit. So maybe I can add one to my collection if I have the opportunity to do so. We will see, but that's on my wish list for quite a while. Okay. The next question, number 10. Do you have a book you would like to complete this year? I don't want to give myself the pressure of completing a book. I just try to focus myself on a book I really like. But when I'm done with it and I really don't want to color it anymore, I just leave it at that. But the books I want to finish maybe this year is Booklets, volume 1 by Carla Magana. It's a book I did like 10 pages in. It's not that thick. It's not going to take me a lot of time. And I finish a Carla Magana book each year. So yeah, maybe why not? But like a very detailed book is not going to happen. I'm not coloring long enough to finish a book like A Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. I did like 35 pages. That's actually a lot, but it's not half of all the pages that's in it, of the total. So yeah, if you want to finish a book, you really have to give yourself the dedication to pull it out each month. And yeah, in the beginning I just was experimenting what I did like, what not. Now I have like a better picture of what I like, and I know what I have to buy, but in the beginning you just try everything. So yeah, maybe that one, but for all the rest I don't actually have plans to finish a book. Okay, and number 10, the last question: what is the best benefit of coloring to you? I think the best benefit is the relaxation it gives. Last year I was actually coloring just because I thought I had to color and not because it was relaxing. Now I'm just in 2024, I'm trying to color for myself. So not for a YouTube video, not because I think I have so many books and I don't give it a lot of attention to, or I am working on a page for like 2 weeks and I'm just tired of it. I was rushing myself to finish it, and now I'm just going to put the book aside and start something new instead of rushing. So I'm going to try to spend a little bit more time on a coloring page and try to enjoy the process. I'm going to experiment a little bit more, so I'm going to have a little bit more fails I have to fix. Those take a little bit more time as well. So yeah, we will see. And when I'm coloring, 1 hour is like flown by so fast. It's like I'm having my own creative bubble. So that's also how I came on the name Bubble of Coloring. We had in Belgium some bubbles in COVID period with 4 people. I started coloring in the COVID period. So yeah, it was like Bubble of Coloring was like a fitted name for me at that point. I don't know if it makes sense in English for the ones who speaks English as a first language. But yeah, that was it. Okay, so as a child I was also very creative. Most of the time I was just drawing. But the coloring experience for me is a little bit easier because you are not starting with a white page. When I was a child I didn't know what to draw, and after 15 minutes I just gave up. And now you just pick a page someone else has already drawn, and you just have to give it a little bit more color. So you can do whatever you want, you can be creative. So that's actually the benefit, I think, of coloring. So it doesn't take a lot of space, so you can color actually everywhere. It has something for every budget, for every person. It's for both genders, so male and female. You can do it with your children or when you're babysitting. It's just for everybody, and you can spend a lot of time on it. You can do it very quickly. Also, the books are also everywhere available. You have Amazon, you have the local shops, we have bol.com. It's actually so easy to reach for coloring supplies these days. And the YouTube channels are also very available right now. So yeah, I think coloring also makes like a community. You don't have to spend this hobby alone. So I have my mother-in-law who is also coloring. So she started because I did, and she's hooked too. But she is always coloring with coloring pencils, and we have a totally different style as well. So when I'm watching YouTube and I see other people doing things I like to do and coloring books I like, it gives me like the feeling I am not alone, and I can speak to somebody who knows what I'm talking about. If I'm talking to my husband about coloring books, he just knocks and saying yes with his head. I don't know what the word is. But you see that he actually isn't very interested, but he is doing it to be polite. But yeah, I can really talk to people who share the same passion. So yeah, that's the benefit for me for coloring, the community, and yeah, spending a lot of time on it. So this part of the key is already almost done. I hope you like this video. I am very this was not a bad tutorial, I think, with talking and coloring at the same time, I hope. I like to watch these videos because I want to know the answers of other people, because they are mostly a lot different than mine. So yeah, this was the coloring hashtag of my coloring goals for 2024. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe the channel if you want to see more of my completed pages video, or if you want to check my progress in jewelry box. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.